Hello, Wastelanders. Today we bring you a couple of settlements. First starting is the Ard Alpha Station, which is on the southernmost end of the railroad line and the map. It comes with these switching towers and some added new tracks. Get some new rail cars on. Looks like they left some supplies behind. Switching towers. So you have water and power are here for you. All you gotta do is, and there you have it. And then the build border goes right up against the out of bounds line, and then comes over there, all the way to here, and over into there. So, add a couple new railroad tracks, and a nice little dock, along with a couple of workbenches down here, armor bench, and a chem bench. Now this settlement comes with a player home, and it does so for those who play survival mode and don't really get too much into the settlements but still need a safe place. And you can have all your resources linked up from your other settlements and use them here. You will see this particular cell reused quite a few times. It is an unused cell from Bethesda that I thought would make an excellent little bunkerish type player home. You have a couple of beds, automatically go to sleep. You see you have all kinds of supplies down here, goodies, all kinds of good stuff. Get you started and on your way. Or perhaps heal you up. Keep you going. Okay. So we'll head back out. And then we're going to head on down the line to the next settlement. Which is right down the rail here, the GNN settlement, a GNN Outpost train depot. And these are part of a series of settlements that will be created along the railroad line from the south end to the north end. So pretty much all the way along the railroad tracks you'll have settlements. You already have Overland and Grey Garden. So, and this one, it's a fairly small and simple settlement. Its boundaries go right to here, where the suicide or mutant area is. There's just that small little wedge of area that you'll have to drop your own workbench, most likely. And then you have this little bit of a build area. You may have some encounters with the gunners because of close proximity, but that's what your defenses are for. And added another player home. This one's just set up a little bit different for you. It does have a workshop. It has little workbenches, chem bench, cooking, and it does have water set up for you. All you do is hook up the power. You have there's a bed already, and somebody's got a bathroom set up. Looks like they're pretty careful. And we will come back up and I'll show you where the power connect is. Here's a power box right here with 500 power, which is more than adequate for anything you're going to be doing. Okay. It is a player home. Keep that in mind. Okay. We will head up to our next settlement. away here. Again, these settlements are going to be basic. Not much will be changed to them. That way to keep everything simple. And so we don't have any conflictions. There's no deleting of anything. So we won't have those problems. And all these settlements, you can pretty much play on new places. You can start them right up. Any quest lines or anything that comes through any of these settlements is linked up so that the player can start up with these on their load order right away and not have to worry about it breaking anything. So this here is the Ard Dc Yard Entrance, which you have to clear that robot in there, kill that guy. But you do not have to kill those two robots. Just don't activate them, leave them alone. But you will have to kill him to get the workbench here. Now, the build area here is not big. It goes right along the railroad tracks. You only have a little bit of area to which you can build out from. Right there. And right there. And you can build all the way down to the other side of this mutant switching tower. So right about here. You can even build underneath that bridge. And all the way to this intersection right here. Now, the reason why it has to stay so narrow is because you got egret turrets right there. And then you have the Coast Guard station right there. And then of course you have the GNN and other stuff on this side. Now, there is a settlement over here. Fairlane Hills, I believe it is, by Draco Invictus. And I use this in my playthrough. And I use this as sort of a place that the workers from the train yard would have a place to live, and they're close to work. So I use his Draco Invictus's settlement mod over here.
Doors chained up on the other end.
In order to keep the immersion. So again, Draco's mod right here has a pretty nice build area to it, and I like it. It gives you plenty of space to build, like I said, and it butts right up against my settlement right here at the train yard, which again is why it's so narrow, because of the settlements on either side. Okay. That guy did his business. And my settlement mod and Draco's settlement mod, as you can see, work well together. There's no problems or conflicts between either of them. It was designed that way when I created mine, so that the player could use both of them being right there. Like I said, this fits for immersion, that you have a place for your workers to live close by. Not many spaces along the railroad tracks there to build houses or whatnot, and it wouldn't make much sense anyway. So it just works out very nicely that Draco's settlement mod is right there for Fairlane. Then as we come across the bridge here, we will be approaching the next settlement that will be getting released in the railroad line here. already into its build area right here. And it does go, the build area goes straight like this, and then straight that way. So it does not curve off that way because of how the cells are lined up. It goes straight down to the water. So you have pretty much from here straight down to the water to build. And this, again, all these settlements have to be cleared normally, like any vanilla settlement does. These are all set up like vanilla settlements. And the quest line where Dogmeat brings you through here for the main quest line to find your child is not broken. It is linked into with the settlement, so like I said from the beginning, you will be able to start this first level at new playthrough and have no problems, no conflicts. It will not break the quest in any way. And like I said, there's no build border on this. I apologize for that. I was not able to make one that would properly fit this area. I'm not that good at making those. Can't make a noise at all. And it comes right down to the water here, so you can build right down to the water. So if you choose to build a water site that's on the other side of this bridge, you can do so. So, coming back over here, again, you can only go so far before you're out of the build area, right there, and then again this way. And the reason you can only come so far right here to the car is because Forest Grove Dam Settlement is right over there. And this rail depot will act as a transfer of goods and personnel for that city and military base. And we'll get a closer look. It does go down to here, and it stops right here because my WAN Buildable Areas Extended mod extends Oberlin down to the water and then over to here to these two settlements. So all these meet up right here. And just so the players know, Bethesda, this blue boxcar over on the railroad tracks, I slid it over to the side and out of the player's way because Bethesda set up an interior cell for this. So in order not to mess anything up, I just slid it out of the way, and that way it's the player's choice whether they want to mess with it. And as you can see, we come through here, you have all these buildings here, and this settlement has a player home also. Again, this settlement right here has not been released yet, so this will be the next one in the line getting released. Come in here, we all remember the torture room. I disabled the blood splatters, moved them, so that when the player went to build in here, they did not have that residing on their carpet. So as you can see, everything has been left the same. And over here, you can find another, shall we say, bunker in a way, created for survival mode in mind. You have your workbenches all down here, cooking, water, and a nice supply of foods and goods. And for those survival players, there is an antibiotic over here, along with a couple other extra niceties. You have one bed to start you off with, and then two large toolboxes. These toolboxes here are set up with components and such in them for you. So when you get them, empty them, put them in your workbench, because these are designed to respawn, as a lot of containers are in the game. So make sure you empty these, put them in your workbench, so that when they do respawn, you can get more of them. And that'll make life a little bit easier for builders. And If you're not one of those people that likes that much of a cheat, then just don't use it. And this is the player home here that you can build in and out. And you can come back up here. You can also manipulate and build up here also. So. Okay. So with that, Wastelanders, I say happy building.